And it is an alert day 4 as we go through the start of what is going to be a significant winter storm across western Pennsylvania. Just breaking things up here, what you can expect as we go through this storm. Accumulations, generally 9 to 12 inches of snow, but we could be pushing 14, especially in those areas north of the city. You already heard from meteorologist Ashley Doherty how quickly that snow is accumulating in northern Allegheny County. That is going to be the story as well through parts of Beaver, Butler, Armstrong counties as well. And of course, all these accumulations coming between now and then the start of the day tomorrow. Some of our heaviest snow still yet to come, more than likely falling over several hours between 10 o'clock this morning and 4 o'clock this afternoon. During that same time frame, that's when we could see that wintry mix south and east of the city that will cut down your snow totals, but also could lead to those icy impacts, not just with travel conditions, but also some concerns of power outages. It's not going to be a lot of ice, but any amount of ice is no good, especially when there's already going to be snow on the ground. Everybody across western Pennsylvania waking up to that winter storm warning that will take us through noon tomorrow. Even though the brunt of the storm is today, still impacts will be felt into the typical Monday morning commute, even lasting through midday. Here's a check of the radar. Maybe a little bit hard to see, but I really want you to zoom in and zero in on this very intense band of snow that is working its way closer to Newcastle right now. It's just north of Moraine State Park, heading towards Slippery Rock in Butler County, as well towards the East Brady area, also Reimersburg, now southern parts of Clarion County. This is where we could see several inches of snow falling in just the matter of an hour or two. So really kicking things off in a big way, especially for those of you north of the city of Pittsburgh. As we drop farther to the south, we are still seeing again that intense snow band. Kind of gives you a little bit of a better picture of that swath where we could be seeing anywhere of snowfall rates between an inch or 2 per hour. Some spots possibly even getting up to 3 inches per hour as that band continues to slowly move its way on through. We are still seeing some snow across parts of Allegheny County, although it is lighter at this point, especially for some of the eastern neighborhoods working along 28, the Parkway East as well, heading over towards Murraysville, Monroeville as well. Fairly steady, moderate snow. Where you're seeing the deeper shade of blue coming out of Washington through South Strabane, right along I-70 over towards Bentleyville. Also bursts of some heavy snow. This is really fluffy snow, so it's going to be coming down with a lot of teeny tiny little flakes waiting to accumulate very quickly. Also impacting visibility. That is also the case as we look now into Fayette County, just north of Uniontown, working along 119, even heading up towards Connellsville. We'll widen out the view. Everybody dealing with snow right now. Again, the heaviest band of snow continue to trudge east, or northward, I should say, past 422, heading up towards I-80. But we still got a long ways to go with this system. How much snow are we going to get? Again, as I talked about before, 9 to 12 inches, a good at least starting point for most of the area. Probably going to see a little bit more for those of you northern Allegheny County, even parts of Beaver, Lawrence, most of Butler, also Armstrong County. So really sandwiched between the city of Pittsburgh and the I-80 corridor. That's where we could be talking about very easily double digits of snow, over a foot. Less though as you look south and east of the city. Again, that wintry mix coming into play around noon today. So about 6 to 9 inches of snow, plus that icy accumulation of sleet and freezing rain. So that will drop at least some of the accumulations. How fast are things going to happen? Well, between about now and noon, very quickly, we'll pick up our first half foot of snow. As we continue through the afternoon, we'll double those totals. So this is through 8 o'clock tonight. So you can see how quickly the snow is going to be accumulating. As Ashley was mentioning before, right now it's light and powdery and fluffy. A little later, it's going to get heavier and better for packing. So best to shovel if you can in batches, as we will see a good amount of snow all across the region. Let's talk a little bit more about the timeline. Again, steady snow out there right now. Already some pockets of heavy snow are developing. More of those bands will arrive as our temperatures warm ever so slightly as we get closer to 10 o'clock this morning. That's going to be as that warm air tries to ride in out of West Virginia. You can already see some of those shades of pink showing up around Morgantown into the mountains of West Virginia as well. That's going to try and creep its way northward. More than likely doesn't reach I-70 or the Turnpike, but still we could see some brief periods of mixing. I think a little bit more concern for those of you in Fayette County, even parts of Greene County as well. Again, not a whole lot, but any amount of freezing rain is enough to cause some big time travel issues, but also the concern for some power outages. That snow is also going to be very heavy. Could be weighing things down as well, especially again, south and east of the city. Still some of our city is snow falling through 4 o'clock this afternoon, even towards 8 p.m. Then things will start to taper off for us as we go through the midnight hour, but still some additional light accumulations are possible on the tail end of that system as we go through Monday morning. Now 3 alert days in a row is for the snow today. They'll be wrapping up then again tomorrow morning. We're eyeing sub-zero wind chills to start the day on Tuesday. Wednesday also could be upgraded to that alert day as we are going to be in the midst of a big-time Arctic outbreak as we wrap up this month of January. Low temperatures, single digits to around 0 all through the upcoming week. Temperatures only finally crack 20 by the time next weekend, but no above freezing temperatures in sight, at least as we wrap up January and look towards the start of February later on next week.